Welcome back to another episode of the Mike and His Mom Show. I'm Mike.
I'm Mom.
It's my mom.
That's my son.
Good to be back. Hope you guys like our new studio look. Kudos to myself.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
Okay.
got a lot of dope topics to cover this season. Today we're going to talk about being raised on tough love versus being raised on affection. So we'll start. We went over this. Don't act surprised.
I'm not surprised.
So we're going to start with you.
Okay.
Were you raised more on tough love or more on affection? And keep in mind the dynamic that you were raised in a two-parent household.
Okay. I had a mixture of both. I had a mixture of both tough love and affection. I think more of the tough love came from my mom, more of the affection came from my father, but then sometimes it was tough on his side too. Sometimes it was affection on her side. So it was a mixture of both.
Okay, and how did it affect you as a child? Let's start as a child.
As a child, well, it didn't. I don't see how it really. I mean, I had a good family life. I mean, we had that little, like, everything wasn't perfect. Nothing's perfect. We had our little ups and downs and things, but it didn't affect me to the point where I think I did pretty good.
As an adult?
As an adult, I think some things that I think back on that I would rather change that had happened in the household. Some things I didn't like, so some things I would rather have changed, you know.
What?
Like the arguing and the fussing and the cussing and stuff like that. Once you raise in that environment, you kind of get used to it.
Okay, so we've had conversations where you said you had wanted more affection from your mother that you did not receive, right?
More, okay, we want to say affection, more love, more attention. Like, I know she loved me, but more of that. To me, my mom was like, okay, so, you know, Penny, that's what she called me, you know, like, you know how to do this, you know how to do this, you know how to do everything, you know, like, so she thought, you know. So because in her mind, the success part was like, okay, you don't really need me. That's what I think that she thought like that. So my brother and my sister got more of the attention that I was craving for, because it just seemed like because I landed this certain kind of job or whatever, was going to college or whatever, I was okay. And that doesn't mean that you're okay. It doesn't mean that you're not okay, but it also still for me meant I still wanted that connection with my mother, like that I really never really had.
So how did that affect you?
I wanted to make life different for my children. I wanted to be there in a more of a connective way and let them know that I love them, hold on to them, hug them, whatever, you know. This thing is different. I didn't want to repeat that same lifestyle.
Okay. So how do you think, there's three of us. I have a little brother and an older sister. I'm the middle child.
The middle child syndrome.
Relax.
Okay, all right.
How do you think you raised us?
I think I raised y'all good.
Okay. On tough love or affection?
I think I had both. I mean, you asked me what did I think.
Ahead,
you asked me what I think, and I'm telling you what I think. What I know. I had.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, yes, you did.
I did, but go ahead.
I had both tough love and both affection.
With all three of us?
Yes.
Okay. What do you think your tough love looked like? Overall, I'm not bringing this up
I think
I'm saying overall.
being stern, like, you know, the toughness of being really stern, really putting your foot down, like certain things I didn't want y'all to do, like, you know, being really stern. Now, I did retract to the arguing and the fussing and the cussing at times. I mean,
okay. I mean, 5 minutes in, we just start telling the truth.
I wasn't lying. What was I lying at?
Go ahead.
I said that in the beginning.
Go ahead. We're listening.
No, you're not listening. Because in the beginning, I said I didn't want to do that, but I did do it at the time. So, okay. So, you stay focused.
Go ahead.
So, we reverted to the arguing, the fussing, the cussing. Now, I'm going to tell you something what I don't think that is tough love that I'm not going to say I apologize for doing. The Bible says span at the rod. So, beating your behind was...
okay, in what ways do you think you showed affection?
by being around with y'all, hugging with y'all, taking y'all places, loving y'all, talking to y'all, and trying to encourage y'all. I ain't never talked to you, Mikey. Mikey was bad.
I didn't say that.
Okay, let's go.
Well,
okay, come on. No. Okay, hold up. We can tell by the look on his face. So let's just take note. Let's just, y'all. I want y'all to let him talk right now. Let him talk. Tell me something. So since I said that, now you say now you coming in with the truth. The truth shall set you free. Tell me, were you raised on tough love, affection, or a mixture of both?
I think it was.
I don't want you to tell me what you think.
Okay.
I want you to tell me what you know.
I was raised. I cannot speak for.
I didn't ask you to speak for them.
Brother.
I didn't ask you to speak for nobody.
My question was including us all, though.
Okay, let's talk about you.
Let's talk about me.
Yeah.
I think.
Don't tell me what you think.
I know. I was raised on more tough love than.
Whoa! Now you're telling the truth. Say it again.
I was raised on more tough love.
Wait a minute, hold up. I gotta put my head back.
I was raised on more these little handy dandy new microphones. You can hear me just fine.
But you act like so. Are you saying that there was some affection in there? Woo!
Sprinkles.
But you try to.
Most of it was tough love.
Okay.
So let's get to
it. Excuse me.
I think. Okay, what role did your upbringing have to do aside from the you didn't want to repeat?
We're not talking about.
No, I think.
Okay, go ahead. Okay, you think what? You think what?
See, that's a problem. That's tough love.
You think that's not tough love? No, it's not.
Yeah,
you think what?
Do you think how you were raised, aside from the not wanting to repeat the cycle of cussing and fussing, had a lot to do with how you raised us?
Yeah, I think because my focus really was, and I know I made mistakes, so my focus was to change the way I was raised, to go in a different direction, to make life better. That was really my focus. I didn't want to have that. I wanted closeness. I wanted you and your siblings to have an attachment to one another. I wanted us to have an attachment, to be close. So I didn't want that arguing and bickering and fussing. So I wanted to raise it to be different. Was I successful at it at all the times? No, but at the end, was I successful? I believe so.
Okay, I will agree. I think you did. I'll tell anybody this, but I have. I think you did do a good job of making sure we were all close and had a good relationship. However, back to me.
Come on.
I wish it was more of a balance with the tough love and the affection, because it was more tough than it was affection. Now,
go ahead.
I may have behaved in a way that was deserving of some tough love occasionally. However, I think, and we'll get to this in the next segment, but I do think you being a single mom played a role in that with raising two boys.
Okay, so how did it affect you?
The tough love?
Yeah, your upbringing period. Not just the tough love, your upbringing period. How did it affect you?
Well, now that I'm 32, I'm sorry, 30, 31? 30.
It's a tough love.
Yeah,
see? Knock your sense out of you.
Got amnesia from tough love. Now in my beginning of my 30s, I realized that being raised on just strictly more tough love, I can say strictly tough love, but more tough love than affection, had an effect on my relationships with women, on how I view women, me being cold, and it taught me how to allow women to treat me, even if it was in a negative way.
So I treat you negative?
I didn't say that.
I'm asking you.
I didn't say that. Even if it was in a negative way,
mm-hmm.
but it was a familiar negative because it had something to do with how I was raised. So,
well, wait a minute. So let's piggyback on that. It was a familiar negative because it had something to do with how you was raised.
Correct.
But if you don't think you was raised negative, were you raised negative? That's my question now.
I think there was some negative effects
that be behind the way you were raised.
Correct.
Okay, so the negative effects. So you allowed what was the negative effects behind how you were raised?
So you having a strong, dominant personality, in a weird way, I attracted women who had a similar personality, even though I didn't particularly care for it. So whether it was the relationship became abusive by, verbally abusive, by cussing each other out, them cussing me out, me cussing them back out, some relationships became physically abusive, them putting hands on me.
So that all stemmed from you being raised with tough love.
Yeah.
But did you think that was love?
What?
The way they was treating you. Your relationship.
I didn't associate it with anything until, and this is just me coming to the realization now. At that moment, I didn't associate it with
Who
anything.
helped you come to that realization?
Jesus. And my therapist. What? Now my relationship with God is funny?
No, just the way you said it. You laughed at it.
I'm serious.
But you laughed.
So it's like, honestly, it's like, in a way, you were showing me how women are, how I'm supposed to allow women to treat. Essentially.
Oh.
In a way.
So I was showing you how you were supposed to allow people to treat you, because when you were doing things bad, you got tough love.
See, but yes.
So when you do something wrong to them,
no, I don't even think it has just that thought process period. Mm-hmm. When somebody does you wrong, this is how you respond.
So you just realized that a couple of months ago?
Yeah. 2 months ago.
It's been longer than 2 months.
Yeah, maybe 3.
No, it's been longer than 3 months.
You made me lose my thought, bro.
And
I think it has a lot to do with, it's another segment. Can a woman effectively raise a boy?
Raise a man.
A boy to be a man.
You think? What do you think?
Well, that's another segment. But what I know is that, like I said, a lot of the experiences we had in the household became traumatic in a sense in my adult life. Like us, me and you going back and forth, fighting, not physically, but having
words.
Verbal disagreements, and them getting kind of. You would think you and I were enemies on the street the way you and I were talking different times. And that manifested.
So why did you?
That manifested itself in some of them. See.
No, I'm just gonna ask you a question.
I gotta talk over you. Don't let people listen. That manifested itself in some of my relationships.
So my question to you is that, why do you think it was okay, even if you know that I'm saying something to you to try to benefit you? Because tough love is really trying to benefit somebody and help them become a better person. It's not to really it's not to put them down. It's just the toughness of it. Sometimes you got to handle people in a different situation. So why did you think that it was okay if I said something to you for you to come back at me? I'm your mother.
Because there was no balance.
With who? You on your end?
With you.
What do you mean? I'm your mother.
I understand that. But it was a point where you would still respond and treat me in a way as if I was the same person. Like, even when my behavior changed, it was still tough. Come on, bro.
I'm just saying it's tough what?
You're looking like...
No. So when wait a minute. I'm trying to figure out.
Even when I grew up and began to change and develop and grow into a better man,
okay,
it was still more tough love.
But how? Tell me. Give me an example. No, seriously. No, I really want to know what made...
Do you not know?
No, I don't. I'm seriously. I really want to know, because you saying once you became a better person, you still got the tough love. But was it a disrespectful tough love?
Or At times it could be.
How? What? Like what? Like, come on. No, seriously.
Like,
okay, sis.
There's a level. Don't do that.
No, I mean, you keep doing bro.
There's a level of. See, and this was another problem. We getting. How we digging? With that tough love.
Mm-hmm.
There were points in our relationship where I no longer looked at you as just my mother.
Who'd you look at me as?
So just a woman.
So now,
like that reference of mother.
So
left.
So then now, so now it's no longer the mother; it's a woman. So now I'm just disrespectful to women. So what do you mean?
You just a disrespectful woman. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, like,
no. I ain't saying no. That's not what I said.
That's all to me.
I said so. Now you're disrespectful to women.
No. What? How did you see?
No, you said because I just look at you like a woman.
Right. I'm talking about in our relationship. So even when I'm growing up and my behavior's changing, there's a side of you that's just strictly just a dominant, aggressive.
So
Even when there was no balance, I felt like at times you should have been a little bit more nurturing, a little more caring, a little bit more affectionate, a little bit more soft. There we go. Thank you.
So
a little bit more soft.
Thank you, Holy Ghost.
A little bit more soft.
Why did he tell me that?
Well, I don't have no idea.
Ask him.
There were times where I feel like you could have been a little bit more soft.
Oh, okay, I can agree with that.
So how you?
I mean, if I'm not going to say I don't agree. I mean, because you feel like I should have been a little bit more soft.
What do you think?
When I look back now, I mean, like, I have just things I don't even remember, tell you the truth. Like, I'm going to tell you what I do remember. I remember raising 2 males. And I remember not wanting 2 males to dominate me as a single mother, as a single woman in the house. Now, that's something I do remember. I do know that I didn't want to be that one where I'm taking advantage of my children, because I don't like that. I don't do well. That don't set well with me.